Today on Public Eye News, new information on the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative, and Trump threatens to close the Mexican border.
Caleb Bridell has our weather forecast, and Nate Belleville gives us an update on opening day. Hi, I'm Grant Lukens.
And I'm Jillian Wormlinger, and this is Public Eye News. On Northern Michigan University's campus, big changes will soon take place. Recently, NMU's Board of Trustees approved renaming the new science facility to Kathleen Shingler Weston Hall. Kathleen Shingler is one of NMU's first female graduates who went on to complete a medical degree. The campus community thought this would be the best way to acknowledge her due to her trailblazing work. NMU officials say they've received great feedback from the community on this exciting news and are excited to move along in this process. And there is a need in the Upper Peninsula right now for almost every blood type. All donors are welcome, but A positive, O positive, and B positive are the most needed right now. It's easy to donate, but you need to be at least 17 years old, stay hydrated, and eat at least 2 hours before donating. You can donate every 8 weeks, and all of the blood stays in the UP. The Blood Center in Marquette is open to walk-ins from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Thursday. Donors at other locations should make an appointment.
And on Saturday afternoon, the Marquette Armory will be filled with feathers and dancing. Northern Michigan University's Native American Student Association is hosting the Learn to Walk Together powwow event. This is the only powwow in Marquette that involves singing, dancing, ceremonies, drumming, and a feast. Organizers say the powwow is a way to pay respect to Native American culture. The powwow begins at noon on Saturday. And many of the Disney princesses will be putting on a performance at Vista Theater on Sunday. A wide array of princesses will be at the event, like Elsa and Anna from Frozen, Ariel from The Little Mermaid, Rapunzel, and Moana. The stars will be singing songs from the films and be around for pictures with the whole family. The actresses playing the princesses say the event will be a good time for all the family. And the show starts Sunday, March 31st at 2 p.m. with another show at 6.
Almost 1 year after Dickinson County Healthcare System's first purchase fell through, the hospital is getting back on track. At yesterday's monthly board meeting, interim CEO Jean Ghosh said that we would hear from the restructuring plan by the next board meeting. The board also talked about revenue during the meeting, saying numbers are up because of changes they've already implemented. The recent meeting was the first for the board at their new 5 p.m. time. They're hoping the change will allow for more members of the public to attend. And yesterday night, President Donald Trump announced that he will fully fund the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative after his administration proposed a 90% spending cut. Trump told supporters at a rally in Grand Rapids, Michigan, that he will be providing $300 million for the cleanup program, framing the announcement as breaking news. Trump's 2020 budget offered just $30 million for the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative, which receives $300 million most years to remove toxic pollution, prevent algae blooms and species invasions, and restoration of wildlife habitat. Governors of 5 states had warned the move would cost jobs, hurt tourism, and jeopardize public health, but Trump states that he supports the Great Lakes, noting that they are big and very deep. And stay tuned, because after this break, we'll be back with your national and international news.
Most noble Caesar!
It's a shattering tragedy about power, loyalty, and brutal betrayal.
Et tu, Brute!
But Shakespeare's Julius Caesar has never felt more ferocious than in the gripping Donmar Warehouse production that sees it performed by inmates in a women's prison.
Remember March, the Ides of March!
Starring Harriet Walter and Jackie Clune.
I am Caesar!
Caesar!
Don't miss this Julius Caesar on Great Performances.
Tonight at 9 on Public TV 13.
And welcome back. On Friday, President Trump threatened to close parts or all of our southern border if Mexico doesn't try to stop illegal immigration. The president also called for Congress to change the weak immigration laws currently in place. Arrests along the southern border have increased in recent months, with border agents on track to make over 100,000 arrests and entry denials this month alone. 750 U.S. Customs border inspectors have been moved from ports to patrol other areas of the border. And parents are demanding answers after a 5th grader died from injuries she suffered from a classroom fight at South Carolina Elementary School. CBS News' Laura Podesta tells us what we know so far about the lead-up to her death.
Parents and children from Forest Hills Elementary School in South Carolina came together yesterday to remember Renaya Wright. Happy birthday to you. Police say the 10-year-old was found unconscious but breathing at school on Monday and was rushed to the hospital. On Facebook, her mother posted a photo of the 5th grader on a ventilator and wrote, "This is what bullying causes. Still unresponsive at this time. Keep the prayers coming." By Wednesday, Renaya had passed away.
Due to the ongoing investigation and the student privacy laws, we cannot share specific details at this time.
A lack of information about the young girl's death has caused an uproar among parents in the community who attended and recorded this school board meeting. Renaya's autopsy is scheduled for later today.
I thought up until now it was a safe haven for the little ones in elementary school, and apparently it's not.
Parents say until they have answers about what happened to Renaya, they're concerned about sending their own children back to school. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
Irida Vargas can no longer afford the 2 kinds of insulin her aging mother needs and has stopped buying fresh fruit and vegetables. Billions of dollars in federal funds that help Puerto Ricans buy food, get medical treatment, and recover from Hurricane Maria dwindle. Vargas and her family are among the hundreds of thousands of Puerto Ricans feeling the sting of what the territorial government says are insufficient federal funds to help the island recover from the Category 4 storm. U.S. President Donald Trump recently said that he supports the $600 million to cover Puerto Rico's food stamp shortfall after initially calling the aid excessive and unnecessary. Many in the U.S. territory are closely watching what happens in Washington as they fret about how to cover costs in upcoming months with less money. And 2 weeks after the shooting massacre at 2 mosques in New Zealand, more than 20,000 people attended a national memorial service to honor the victims. CBS's Ian Lee brings us more from London.
They came by the thousands to mourn, to show unity in the face of hate, and to remember those senselessly killed by a white supremacist targeting Muslims.
Ahmed Gamal-Eddin Muhammad Abdul Ghani.
The names of the 50 victims were read out.
Husna Ahmed.
Including Hosna Ahmed, who faced down the gunfire to run back into the mosque to save her wheelchair-bound husband Farid. She didn't make it out alive.
I do not hate him, and I cannot hate him. I cannot hate anyone.
The memorial in Christchurch featured British singer Yusuf Islam, best known as Cat Stevens, who converted to Islam in the 70s.
Hoping to see that peace train arrive.
To find that peace, New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern called for a global response to extremism.
An assault on the freedom of any one of us who practices their faith or religion is not welcome here. Violence and extremism in all its forms is not welcome here.
Her message resonating across faiths and borders, with 59 countries taking part in the ceremony.
I think it's really important to stay strong and show that we're all together in this.
Despite the worst of humanity on display just 2 weeks ago, New Zealanders say the best has prevailed. Ian Lee, CBS News.
And after this break, we'll be back with your weather and sports. Stay tuned.
Coming up this week on High School Bowl, we wrap up our Erudite 8 with 2 amazing matches. In our first, it's our Marquette County David versus Goliath match as the Marquette Redmen take on the Republic Michigami Hawks. Hi, I'm Jim Koski, and then in our second game, the one final team to head to our Final Four comes from these 2, from Bessemer or from Manistee. That's coming up this week, the end of the Erudite 8 on High School Bowl.
Welcome back. I'm Caleb Rydell, going to be taking you through your weather for today. As you can see behind me on the NMU campus, we have quite a bit of sun out there that's been melting off all of this snow. And luckily, we're looking like might not be any more snow for the season, but we will still see. Marquette has that little bit of maybe it will, maybe it won't. So current conditions outside, mostly cloudy out there with a temperature of 35 degrees, winds out of the northeast at 7 miles per hour, and a barometric pressure of 30.15 inches and falling. Taking a look tonight, we're going to see mostly cloudy out there with a low of 26, winds out of the south-southwest at 7 miles per hour. Taking a look tomorrow, we're going to see those snow showers. I doubt they're actually going to be there, but that's what we're going to see right now. But we're going to have a high of 29 and winds out of the north-northwest at 23 miles per hour. Taking a look at our current conditions outside of the UP. We're just going to start up at Sault Ste. Marie with that sunny and 38, 36 in Manistique, Escanaba with 36 as well, and down in Menominee, 37. Let's take a look at the western half of the UP. 41 and sunny in Iron Mountain, Ironwood with 36. Up in the Keweenaw, Houghton with some clouds and 39. And then back here in Marquette, that 35 degrees and partly cloudy. Let's take a look at your week ahead. Now on Sunday, we're going to have a high of 34 and a low of 23 and mostly cloudy. Monday with a high of 42 and a low of 30 and some mostly cloudy. Tuesday with a high of 45 and a low of 29 and some showers out there. Well, we had excellent weather yesterday, and I hear it was opening day for baseball.
And the weather way it is right now, it is getting there. It is getting up there. Yesterday was opening day for the Major League Baseball season, and a few local teams earned wins. The Detroit Tigers eclipsed the Toronto Blue Jays 2-0, the Milwaukee Brewers topping the St. Louis Cardinals 5-4, and the Chicago Cubs defeating the Texas Rangers 12-4. Detroit's home run from Kristen Stewart and Jordan Zimmerman's near-perfect game, and last year's National League MVP Christian Yelich's 3-run home run for the Brewers highlighted their respective games. And Javier Baez hit two home runs in the Cubs' victory. The Tigers and Brewers are back on the mound today, while the Cubs will play on Saturday. In day one of the NCAA Sweet 16 games last night, the University of Michigan Wolverines fall into the Texas Tech University Red Raiders 63-44. The defensive affair saw Michigan freshman forward Ignas Brazdeikis leading the team with 17 points, while Texas Tech guard Jarrett Culver led the Red Raiders with 22 points. Texas Tech will take on Gonzaga University Saturday night, and Michigan State University Spartans have their Sweet 16 game tonight against the Louisiana State University Tigers. Tip-off is set for 7:05. Awards and honors were given out to certain members on the NMU Nordic skiing team while they're at U.S. Distance Nationals. Freshman Abigail Jarzen and junior Zach Ketterson were named as Skiers of the Year, and head coach Sten Feldheim was named Coach of the Year. Jarzen broke out in the NCAA championships, finishing second in both of her races, while Ketterson won every CCSA race he entered in and was named All-American in 2 events. Feldheim is in 32nd season, leading both men's and women's squads, and the athletes he coached finished consistently on the podium. His 6 All-Americans on the team increases his number to 103 honors during his tenure. So I heard you got some news that is worth delivering for there, Grant.
That I do. The delivery stork will be busy delivering to one hospital in Maine this year. A photo was shared this week showing 8 of the 9 labor and delivery nurses who are all pregnant at a Maine hospital. In a little hospital-wide competition, the emergency room posted a similar photo showing 9 of the 11 emergency department nurses are also pregnant. The nurses are expecting their children between the months of April through October of this year.
That's all the time we have here for you. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you back here on Monday. Good night, everyone.
The preceding program was produced in studios located in the Edgar L. Hardin Learning Resources Center by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television.